Alright, now we made it to the final chapter. Friendship. Friendship? Don't you friend zone at the end. Tom, you've done so much for me, and in return I wanted to do the same for you. I wanted us to be together in marching band, and that led us here. Am I happy with the way everything turned out? With my hand in Tom's, all of that fear and uncertainty we experienced these past 2 weeks almost melts away. The night may be dark and full of unknown terrors, but band camp contains the worst terror of all. We have no choice but to leave. But as long as all of my friends are by my side, I know we'll be all right. Wait a second. Sissy looks from me to Tom to our clasped hands. Oh boy, here we go.
What?
Are you two? Wait, stop!
Sabrina? What's wrong? Sabrina comes running up to us, out of breath, hair disheveled. Her eyes are flared with panic. The desperation in them nearly stops my heart. Something is terribly wrong. We forgot somebody, didn't we?
We have to go back.
What? Why?
It's Garth. He's still in the camp.
I feel awful. Yeah, of course we left somebody behind. It's okay. Garth always gets saved in the end, Sabrina. We can leave him this time. It's fine. Oh no, Garth.
No way.
After going into Mr. Wiley's cabin the other day, I felt like we weren't alone in there. I felt like I had to go back inside. So when Mr. Wiley left to get you, I snuck inside and I heard him. He has Garth trapped in there. In the basement.
I can't believe Sabrina, of all people, is the one to find Garth. Sabrina, you're amazing, but why didn't you tell us before we left? You mean Garth has been trapped in there for more than a week? Emotions flood over me. Rage, confusion, fear. I was so relieved to have left that place behind. But I can't leave Garth there, alone with an unstable Mr. Wiley. No way in hell. You're braver than I am, girl, but I respect you. We're going back.
I'm going with you. Me too.
And me!
Susie!
Let's go right away!
Sabrina, don't! It's too dangerous. Let's keep moving and let the police handle it.
But we haven't been able to get a hold of anyone yet. By the time we get the police, it might be too late for Garth.
I just tried to make another call. There's still no service.
And what if you all get killed going in there after him?
Garth is my best friend. I'm not leaving him. You don't have to come with me.
But what kind of sister would I be if I didn't?
Marion, stay here. I would prefer at least one of us to stay safe. And we shouldn't all go running back there. The smaller the group, the better.
Sabrina is right. I want the majority of the band to get a head start out of here. Clark, I'm putting you in charge.
No.
What do you mean, no? Excuse me?
I'm coming too. Mr. Wiley trusts me. We can use that to our advantage.
Well, I'm not leaving Doug in charge.
How so? I can distract him. I'll lead him away from the camp under the guise of taking him to where the band is hiding. But I'll take him in the opposite direction.
No, it's too dangerous.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. But someone has to keep tabs on him and ensure he's not around when the rest of you sneak in.
Clark, you crazy.
Hey.
I'll stay with the band, Cadence. I'll keep them safe.
Okay, I at least feel better knowing Samuel's gonna be taking care of everybody. I look at the level-headed Samuel and immediately feel calmer at the thought of him in charge. Exactly.
So will I.
Alright. I mean, I'll take it, I guess, Aaron.
We'll get everyone as far away from here as possible. You can count on us.
I know I can. Thank you, everyone.
Wait, girls. Take these.
Olive takes a tiny bottle of pepper spray and a strange-looking keychain shaped like a cat's head with very sharp ears out of her pockets. She hands Susie the pepper spray and gives the sharp keychain to me. What is this?
A cat's claw. It's a keychain for self-defense. You use it like you would brass knuckles.
Dang, Olive, alright.
Just how many weapons do you have in that bag?
Hey! I'm a tiny person. I need to fight dirty in case some 200-pound man tries to rape me.
Damn, Olive. I respect you. You terrify me, but I respect you. Her blunt honesty makes me flinch a bit.
Thanks, Olive.
We'll get these back to you as soon as we can.
Good luck. Hopefully you won't actually have to use them. And Clark,
What is it?
take care of yourself.
You know I will.
Stay with the band, Mari. Look after the pit. I promise I'll come back to you.
You better.
The twins embrace.
Let's go, everyone. We need to hurry.
Alright, we're off. There's no more time to say goodbye. Our ragtag team parts ways with the band, hurrying back in the direction of Camp Bearpaw. Tom, Susie, Peter, Sabrina, Clark, and myself. I'm so excited we're actually going to get Garth out of there. Not that we need to, but I'm really glad that we are going to get him. Shortly, we reach the final hill before coming into sight of the camp.
Careful. We have no idea where Mr. Wiley is right now.
Who's coming now?
Wait for us!
I knew it was gonna be Doug and Pop-Tart. Guys! It's like, I feel like half the band's with us.
We want to help.
We said we want to keep the group as small as possible.
If you can't find a use for us, we'll leave. We might surprise you, though.
What are those?
Paintball guns. They pack a punch. We're not going on a full frontal assault mission, Doug. He's got a gun. We're sneaking in and sneaking out with Garth. That's it. Wait. Can the two of you use those paintball guns of yours to spot Clark? You can quietly follow Mr. Wiley and him through the woods to make sure nothing happens to him. They don't have to do that for me. We're not letting you go off on your own. We're a band. We stick together. Ooh, my heart is racing. But I can do it. I'm great at moving quietly.
That hurts my heart, but he's right.
And I have great aim. If he lifts one finger, I'll take him down.
Listen to you! This isn't laser tag! Wiley has a real gun and he has no reservations when it comes to using it.
Well,
Then what do you propose we do, Cadence? It would be dangerous to face him directly as well.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I can fool Mr. Wiley and lure him away from the camp successfully. Have some faith in me, won't you?
We all exchange an uncertain glance. I can practically see Clark's confidence wilting. I blurt out my answer without thinking. Fine. I believe in you.
Me too. If all else fails, Tom Bone will save the day.
He chuckles nervously. I take his hand in mine and give it a reassuring squeeze.
You'd better work quickly to get Garth out of there. I don't know how long I'll be able to occupy Mr. Wiley's attention. Probably not very long, knowing you. If you're done criticizing me, then I'm going in. Clark. What? Good luck, man. I respect the hell out of you for this.
Damn, I never thought I'd see the day. To think that you pushed him off a cliff in another life.
We all do. We'll catch up with you later, alright? Don't do anything stupid. I never do.
Well, debatable. Clark walks calmly over the ridge of the hill and disappears from view. I can hear him grunting as he crawls through the tunnel back into the camp. I'm tempted to peek out from behind the hill to track his progress. But before I can, Clark shouts, startling me.
Mr. Wiley!
He's still prowling around here, after all. We crouch low in the grass, holding our breaths. Tom presses his shoulder reassuringly against mine. On my other side, Sabrina utters a low whimper. Peter wraps his arm around her and pulls her close.
Nothing's going to happen to you. I promise.
I wish I could see Clark and Wiley, but I don't dare move. All we can do is listen.
What are you doing here? Where's the band?
sir,
There's no need for the guns, sir. I came back to tell you exactly that.
You did? Then why leave in the first place?
Because I was trying to convince those fools to come back to band camp and work on the show. However, my efforts were useless. It was impossible to sway those delinquents from their boneheaded decision.
I feel a twinge of annoyance. Wow, Clark really is convincing.
So I thought I would come back and get you. The band respects you. They'll come back if you tell them to.
Why isn't he saying anything?
I know I can trust you.
Can't I?
Sir.
What? Yes, of course. I only want the same thing as you, sir.
And that is?
For the band to be the best that it can be.
That's not the only thing I want.
Hmm?
But I don't have time to explain everything to you. Take me to the band.
Okay, Wiley.
Of course.
But please. As I said, there's no need to keep pointing the gun at me.
Mr. Wiley doesn't respond. I hear them both making their way through the tunnel with some difficulty. I hear Mr. Wiley's heavy footsteps as he scans the landscape around him. He's right on the other side of this hill from us. The 7 of us are completely frozen. My fist closes around the cat's claw in my hand.
This way, sir.
They didn't take the road?
His voice is so close.
No, there's more cover this way. They circled around the perimeter and headed deeper into the woods. Mr. Wiley, we'll have to hurry if we want to catch up to them.
The note of desperation in Clark's voice sends a wave of panic rushing through my veins. Mr. Wiley is right on top of our hiding place. I know it. Full frontal assault? I'm gonna... I feel like if she tried to get up, Tom would just pull her down. But I believe in Clark. Clark's got this. I feel my friends' eyes on me, silently asking their leader what to do. Very slowly, I catch each of their eyes and shake my head.
You're right. Let's go.
Very well. If you'll follow me.
I withhold my sigh of relief, listening as their soft footsteps fade. I wait a full minute before crawling over the hill to survey the situation. Clark and Mr. Wiley are already well in the distance, moving at a fast pace along the outside of the fence.
Are we safe to come out?
Yes. One by one, my friends stand up and join me.
There he goes. Good luck, Clark. He'll need it. Looks like we're up. Let's go, Pop. Right behind you.
Listen, you two. Don't follow too closely behind them in case Mr. Wiley hears you.
Don't trail too far behind either. And always make sure you have cover between you and them. Trust Tom. He's done enough stealth missions in Assassin's Duty or whatever. He's an expert.
Assassin's Duty. Peter...
Real comforting.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry. We've got this.
Then you two had better hurry and go. We can't keep Garth waiting.
Don't worry about me. Go to him, Marion.
I'm not...
Doug claps Peter on the shoulder.
Take care of her, man. Doug, can we go? Coming!
Poor Doug. He just wants to take care of Marion. They go on their way, moving swiftly to catch up with Clark, paintball guns in hand. Just a couple of kids up against a man capable of killing them in an instant. No, I can't think like that. They've given us an opening. Now it's time for us to play our part.
Let's go, team! Back into the camp!
Like a miniature SWAT team, we enter the tunnel as quickly as we can, back into the place we only just escaped. It would really suck if we got there and he already killed Garth. Like, welp.
We're coming, Garth!
Now what? Who? Wait for me! Thank you, Tom.
Now what?
Freaking I knew it was gonna be Alex. I'm 2 for 2 on guesses tonight.
Alex! What the hell are you doing here?
I'm here to help.
You're supposed to be with the rest of the band. You're only going to get in the way here.
Peter, we have to go.
I'm not letting you get involved, Alex.
Too late. I'm here. Now tell me how I can help.
No way in hell.
You can help by leaving. This doesn't look good.
I'm not leaving! Alex blocks Peter's path.
Alex, I am seriously going to punch you in the nose if you don't leave right now. I mean it this time.
He shoves him roughly.
Now get lost!
No!
Without warning, Alex springs forward and socks Peter in the jaw. Dang! Susie muffles a scream. In response, Peter grabs his little brother's shoulders and knees him squarely in the stomach. Brothers, fight, fight, fight.
Really? You're doing this now?
Tom jumps into the fray and struggles to separate the two brothers.
Don't you realize what kind of situation we are in? We're supposed to be working together!
Susie!
What? Why are you whispering? Alex has a crush on you. If you ask him to leave, I'm sure he will.
What?
Okay, fine. I'll give it a shot.
Alex struggles to land another blow on his brother while elbowing Tom in the face. But Peter is ready for him this time. He grabs Alex by his shirt collar and, with a great heave, throws him towards the tunnel. He lands in the dirt with a cough, then staggers back to his feet to go back for more. Before he can, Susie places herself between the two brothers.
Alex, please go.
But I
want you to stay safe, okay? Please go back and stick with Samuel.
Will you come with me?
I'm sorry, I'm going to stay here.
But I want you to be safe too.
I'll be fine. I've got pepper spray, see? And come on, do you really think I can't take care of myself?
But I really want to help.
I promise.
Go back to the others, Alex. If you do, I promise I'll give you something nice later.
Oh boy. She winks Susie. Saucy Susie. Okay. I'll go.
Thank you.
Peter?
If anything happens to Susie, I'll kill you.
Scram before I give you a black eye.
Alex scrambles through the tunnel back the way he came. We watch him jog towards the hills, casting uncertain glances over his shoulder the entire way. And by that time, Wiley and Clark came back and we all died. I lift my eyebrows at Susie. What are you going to give him?
I'll buy him a candy bar from the vending machine or something.
Sabrina left. Come on, ladies.
I'm glad Sabrina's like, you know what? I am tired and sick of all this nonsense. I'm gonna go save my best friend.
Sabrina, wait up!
We sprint after Sabrina, struggling to keep up with her. I can't fault her for leaving us in the dust. No, I respect Sabrina. I can feel all of the wasted minutes going by, piling up on our backs. I think of Clark trying to keep Mr. Wiley's attention in the woods, feeding him lies as he tries to lead him farther and farther away. I think of the band, too, moving as a unit towards freedom. And more importantly, cell phone service.
Garth?
We made it! Garth! Garth!
Sabrina, wait for us!
Garth?
Oh, Garth! We're gonna save him!
Sabrina, you came back.
Garth! Where are you?
Cadence, is that you? I'm in here.
I can't believe it. He really is here. But his voice, usually brimming with energy and positivity, sounds tired and defeated. We locate the door Garth is trapped behind and try the knob.
Damn.
Locked. Hang on, I'm breaking down the door.
Tom doesn't waste a second in tackling the door, slamming his shoulder into it with a loud cry. Tom, stop! Jeez.
Sorry.
Ow! That looked so much cooler in my head. Sorry, Garth!
Don't waste your time. You can't break down the door. Trust me, I've tried.
Then we'll have to find the key.
Sabrina, wait for me. Man, is she hard to keep up with. Such a live wire.
I bet you anything the key is in Mr. Wiley's office.
Wait! Please, don't leave me here alone.
Gosh. There's Garth. Susie, would you keep Garth company? Like, two of us can look for the key, right? And one of us can stay and protect Garth. Maybe Tom should actually stay and protect Garth. I don't know. Eh? I'll be right back, Garth. We're going to find the key and get you out of here. Okay, we all left. Hold on. No, we have to prioritize getting him out of there. Garth, I will hang out with you afterwards, I promise. We practically turned Mr. Wiley's office upside down looking for the key. I ravaged his desk, tossing piles of papers out of my way, keeping my eyes peeled for any sign of the key.
This is like a double date, isn't it? Me and Sabrina, Tom and Cadence.
If Alex had stayed, we could have had a triple date.
This isn't the kind of date I would ever take Cadence on unless I wanted her to break up with me.
Despite our dire situation, hearing Tom acknowledge us as a couple gives me butterflies. I have to hide a smile and stay focused on what I'm doing.
Hey, Peter! What am I, chopped liver?
It could have been a triple date had you not sent your little boyfriend home.
What?
Excuse me? My boyfriend is Eugene. Guys, I don't think the key is here. Let's look elsewhere.
Did you find the key?
No. Maybe let's check his bedroom? Oh my god.
Sabrina's eyes fill with tears, and I feel a pang of panic that's becoming all too familiar. What?
You guys, Mr. Wiley carries his keys on his belt.
Well, shit.
Oh no!
She's right. And if they're not on his belt, they're usually jangling in his pocket. The key we need must be on him.
And he's a mile away in the middle of the woods with Clark right now.
If only Pop-Tart was here, he could have tried to break in.
And I didn't want to say anything earlier, but I figure now is a good time to bring this up. How are we gonna get Clark away from Mr. Wiley? Jesus Christ, Tom! What? I thought it was worth mentioning!
We did not think this all the way through at all, did we? There was no time.
Oh, that thing is happening. That thing where everyone is freaking out and somehow I am miraculously calm. Time to take control of the situation. Everyone, take a deep breath. We're going to take this one step at a time. Right now, let's focus on finding a solution to get Garth out of here.
We break down the door. There's no other option. We're going to need something stronger than your scrawny body.
Like an axe or a baseball bat.
That'd be nice if you can find one.
There's a bat in the shed.
Perfect.
Really? I'll be right back.
Hurry back, Peter.
It's all good.
He'll be okay, Sabrina. I imagine Clark has gotten pretty far away from here by now. Or maybe he's bored Wiley to sleep-talking about how much he loves band.
We all force a little laugh. Garth, however, is pretty quiet. It must be frustrating to be so close to freedom and yet so far, having no one to depend on but a group of your bumbling bandmates who came to save you with the worst rescue plan ever. It's true.
What was that?
Peter? Is that you?
There's no way he's back already. I have a wretched feeling in my gut. Everyone, we need to hide! I mean, Tom just called out, Peter, is that you?
I'm not leaving Garth.
She stands with her saber at the ready, as if it's a real sword of steel. Unconsciously, Susie and I move to stand on either side of her, facing towards the pounding footsteps with our weapons in hand. Whoever it is, they're coming closer and closer. And they're coming fast. Now who? I'm trying to think, like, is there anybody else that's, like, left? I'm gonna feel absolutely awful when I realize, like, oh, it's, like, this person.
Cadence! Tom! Anybody!
Wait, that's... Oh, okay, you came back, so what went wrong?
Pop-Tart, what are you doing here? Plan. It failed.
In what manner? The air vanishes from my lungs. Where are Clark and Doug? Please say they're safe, please?
I don't know. Pop-Tart, tell us everything! Mr. Wiley was on to us from the start. He was cleverer than we thought. He noticed Clark wasn't following a trail, and Clark could sense he was losing his trust. That's when Clark noticed the keys on Mr. Wiley's belt.
Those are the keys we need to free Garth!
Clark must have realized it too. That's why he went for them. But he couldn't. He wasn't fast enough. Mr. Wiley, he...
I feel ice creeping through my veins. I brace myself for the worst.
Mr. Wiley hit him with the butt of his gun and he went down.
Could have been worse.
Damn it, Clark! Then Doug told me to run and started firing his paintball gun, so I did.
No! I hope they're okay.
I hope they're okay too.
You didn't hear gunshots, did you?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm so useless. I never should have offered my help, but Doug said everyone needed me.
Pop-Tart, don't apologize. You're not useless. And you did the right thing. None of us would forgive ourselves if anything happened to you.
Don't you know what this means? It means Mr. Wiley is coming straight here. We have to get Garth out of here now.
You can't.
We may not have the key, but we're...
No, that's not what I meant. What I meant to say is... You can't leave.
What?
When I came back to warn you, I used the escape tunnel. As soon as I was through, it collapsed behind me. We're trapped. And it's all my fault. I'm so sorry! Just when you think things couldn't get any worse.
Well, we might be okay. If no one can get out, no one can get in.
Mr. Wiley has the keys to the gate. He can get in. I feel panic rising in my chest, but I fight to keep it down. I must keep my head clear.
Peter's out there! I have to tell him! Do you still have the shovels? We can try to dig out. Let me take a look at the damage and we'll figure out if there's enough time.
Tom and Pop-Tart take off.
Hey! Why is everyone running off on their own all of a sudden?
Susie and Sabrina stay behind with Garth while I rush to catch up with them. Okay, well, keep Garth company, girls. Tom, wait! Mr. Wiley could get back here any minute.
I know. That's why you should stay here. Lock all the doors.
He has the keys, remember? How on earth do you all keep forgetting that?
Then barricade yourselves inside.
You won't be able to get back in then.
It's too dangerous to be out in the open. I'm not leaving Peter out there alone.
But you have to be safe too.
I'll be right back.
His hand touches my cheek.
Cadence, please don't leave us.
I wish I had a at this point, because I'm like... Why do I feel like Wiley is just gonna show up wherever Cadence goes? Like, if I go with the boys, he'll be there. If I stay at the cottage, he'll be there. I'm saving again. No, that's a mistake. That was a mistake. Like, I want to go with the boys, because Tom's gonna be there, and I'm like, I probably need to save Tom, or Tom has to save me, or something. At the same time, I don't want to abandon my best friend. I know we've had our differences in the past, Susie, but still. I'm gonna go with the boys. I feel awful. But I feel like maybe I'll be able to draw Wiley to where I am, and so Susie and Sabrina will be safe. My resolve hardens. I'm sorry. I'm going with Tom. You'll be safe here, Susie. I promise we'll be right back.
Okay. Hurry up.
Tom, Pop-Tart, let's go. Just a little further.
Do you guys see Peter anywhere? I feel like we should have passed him. Mr. Wiley!
I feel my stomach drop.
Crap! Hide!
See, I knew Wiley would show up wherever we went. We duck into the tool shed I found the shovels in, praying that we weren't spotted. I didn't even see how close Mr. Wiley was or where he was headed. Can we make it to the fence without him noticing?
There you are.
I clamp a hand over my mouth to keep from screaming. Oh, good grief, Peter!
Peter, you just took a year off my life! What are you still doing here? I saw Wiley, so I hid. What are you doing here?
Peter's eyebrows lift with surprise when he notices Pop-Tart's bright red eyes peering at him in the darkness. Considering you also have red eyes.
Our part of the plan failed.
Pop-Tart quickly explains everything that happened. When he reaches the part about the tunnel collapsing, Peter springs into action, rushing outside without checking to see if Mr. Wiley is still in the area. Peter, wait! I glance around fearfully, but there's no sign of Mr. Wiley. A shudder passes through my body. Somehow it's more disturbing not knowing where he is.
There's no time. We need to fix that tunnel if we want to get out of here. Cadence, Pop-Tart, and I are on it. You should get back to the cottage with that bat. No offense, but I can dig twice as fast as Pop-Tart and Cadence combined. Now let's run.
Leaving no room for argument, Peter takes off like a shot towards the electric fence. We rocket after him. As we race across open ground, I expect to hear the sound of gunshots at any moment, but they never come. Hopefully that's not because he's shooting in the cottage. We make it to the fence without being seen. Still no sign of Mr. Wiley.
Catch.
Peter tosses his baseball bat to Pop-Tart, who clumsily drops it and scrambles to retrieve it. Peter picks up the 2 shovels, passing one to Tom. Now is when you're like, I guess that's comforting in a way. Well, I saved not too long ago. I mean, realistically, Peter and Tom are the better diggers in this group. So, tell me what to do. And hope for the best. What can I do to help?
You can keep watch while Peter and I dig. I promise we'll be quick.
I nod determinedly and find a good vantage spot to keep watch over band camp. Pop-Tart hovers nervously nearby. Both of us are on edge.
Oh,
Look over there. With everything that's been going on, I completely forgot about Mr. Wiley's precious pet raccoon.
Pop-Tart's words give me an idea. I begin moving towards Bandit.
Where are you going?
It's always a good idea to have a backup plan, Pop-Tart. In other words, if we can't get the keys, then we'll trade a hostage for a hostage. Ooh.
I never knew you had such evil in you, Cadence. But how are you going to catch her?
What do you mean? Brrr. Did I avoid the first brrr, or am I just delaying the brrr? Can I out-stealth a raccoon? I don't think speed's the option, though. I just feel like that's a recipe for disaster. Well, wish me luck, everyone. I've got to be stealthy to catch a raccoon. Without another word to Pop-Tart, I begin stalking Bandit, rolling my steps so they fall quietly on the grass. Bandit roots around at the base of a tree, snapping up a grub here and there, completely absorbed in what she's doing. When I draw close, her ears prick in my direction and I freeze. A few seconds pass. Then her ears settle back to their usual position. A few more careful steps and I'm close enough to touch her. Not even daring to breathe, I tense my body. Here goes nothing. I hope this raccoon doesn't have rabies. I dive to the ground, grabbing Bandit from behind. I mean, she still has teeth, whether she has rabies or not. She spits out a shrill hiss and twists in my grip. I dig my fingers into her scruff and hold on tight, refusing to let her move. She fights to free herself. Little claws prick at my skin, but that's nothing compared to what her teeth can do. I'm careful to stay clear of them as I lift her off the ground, continuing to hold her from behind.
You actually did it. Are you some kind of professional?
A professional raccoon wrangler? Not that I'm aware of.
There you are. The tunnel is done. Let's... is that Mr. Wiley's raccoon?
She's insurance.
Good idea. Mr. Wiley might have gone back to the cottage, so let's hurry. Do you want me to take her?
He doesn't look thrilled at the idea. Bandit's struggles have died down, but she continues to produce ungodly noises, sounds I didn't think a raccoon was capable of making. I've got her. Come on. We collectively turn towards Mr. Wiley's cottage.
Wait. Pop-Tart, you go on ahead. To the rest of the band. Huh? We're headed straight for Mr. Wiley. He's dangerous.
Tom's right. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Pop-Tart hesitates, then obediently returns the bat to Peter.
Okay. But I'm not leaving yet. I'll wait here for you to come back.
Fine. But if you spot Mr. Wiley on the horizon, you run for it, understand? Tom, Peter, let's move. Carefully. I can tell Peter is dying to take off running again, but he moves stealthily alongside me and Tom. We keep to the shade of the trees, checking our surroundings before crossing open spaces. My arms burn with the weight of Bandit, but I fight through it. Step by step, we make our way to the cottage. My heart nearly stops when I see it. The door of the cottage is wide open. Dang, I really thought... I abandoned my friends.
Sabrina!
We run inside. The sight we're greeted with takes the breath right out of my lungs. Garth. I should have stayed with the girls. We made it this far, though, so I assume we'll have another option, right? Mr. Wiley stands with his gun to Garth's back. Susie and Sabrina stand before him, tears in their eyes.
Ah, there they! Bandit!
My grip on the raccoon tightens. Her high-pitched growls double in volume. Tom moves to stand in front of me protectively, but I shake my head and step forward. When I speak, my voice is surprisingly calm. Let him go.
What are you doing? Let her go!
Mr. Wiley takes a threatening step towards me. I hold Bandit towards the knife shimmering on the end of Tom's trombone slide. Ooh! Cadence. Put down the gun and let Garth go!
Okay! Just don't hurt her!
He still cares about something. Mr. Wiley practically throws the gun at the ground. I feel disgusted he would value the life of his pet over any of us, but I push aside that emotion and maintain my calm. Good point. Very good point. Tom, can you grab the gun? Tom ducks in to grab the gun. I notice Susie and Sabrina's pepper spray and saber at Mr. Wiley's feet as well. They cautiously move forward to retrieve them. It's a good thing I was able to capture Bandit and turn the tide in our favor. As soon as the gun is in Tom's hands, Garth bolts from Mr. Wiley's side to join us. He looks terrible. Skinnier than I remember him, with broad dark circles under his eyes. Yeah, he's not looking great.
Everyone.
He smiles wearily at each of us in turn before flinging his arms around Sabrina. We should do this when we get out of here. I know you're happy to be out, but like this is still... it's a delicate situation. We should get out.
Thank you.
For coming back for me.
I never would have left you behind. Except when I did, and then I remember that I did, and I came back for you.
She squeezes him tightly. Garth, I can't believe you were here all this time. My eyes fill with tears as I imagine the fear and loneliness he must have felt, while the rest of us continued on in band camp unaware of what he was facing. I'm so sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for.
I would hug you right now if you weren't holding an angry raccoon.
Now give her here.
Wait. There's something you all need to know.
They need to know the truth.
Perhaps you would like to tell them, Mr. Wiley, the truth.
Suddenly, Mr. Wiley's eyes alight with a manic fire. He roars at us, and I flinch away.
No! No! You can't tell them! I won't let you! Now give her to me! Give her to me!
He reaches for me. In the same instant, Bandit wrenches her neck around and digs her teeth into my arm. With a scream, I drop her. She looks very pleased with herself. She hits the ground, paws scrabbling on the floor for a purchase. As soon as she regains her footing, she bolts out the door.
Bandit!
Mr. Wiley chases after her. None of us move to stop him, stunned by what just happened. Everyone, we need to go. Peter stands at the ready with his baseball bat.
What about Mr. Wiley?
He's distracted and he doesn't have his gun. I say let's run while we can.
Agreed. One by one, my friends run out of the cottage, tearing off in the opposite direction Mr. Wiley went, headed for the tunnel we dug out. Sabrina gives the weak Garth a shoulder to lean on as he staggers his way to freedom. Tom and I are the last to go.
Cadence! You're bleeding!
I press my hand into the wound. Luckily, it's not too deep. There's too much adrenaline racing through my system for me to feel any pain. I'll be fine. Come on. I reach for his hand, wanting to hold it in mine, but he holds both his trombone and the gun. Misunderstanding my intentions, he passes me the gun to hold. Okay, then.
There you are! Thank goodness! Get moving, kid. Mr. Wiley is still out there. Yes, sir.
One by one, we wriggle our way through the tunnel towards freedom. Once we're all through, we continue our flight away from Camp Bearpaw. My feet skim the ground as I move faster than I ever have before. I have no concept of time. I don't know how long we run for until Sabrina cries out for us to stop.
Everyone stop! Garth is tired.
We force ourselves to slow, panting raggedly. Garth motions for everyone to come back and gather around him.
Everyone.
That's not all. Before we go any further, you must know the truth. Why Mr. Wiley locked me away in there. It's because marching band is over.
Yep.
Well, yeah, now that our band director's a nut job.
That's not what I'm referring to. The Blue Mountain School Board met on Thursday night during the first week of band camp and decided to cut the marching band program.
Marching band is gone?
What?
It's true. I read it in Mr. Wiley's email. Then Mr. Wiley promptly discovered me and locked me in his basement for a week. I don't know what he was planning to do after that. Perhaps he thought it would all work itself out.
I don't believe it.
They can't cancel marching band. Not when we've already started our season.
It's not fair.
Is that why Mr. Wiley...
Actually.
That's why Mr. Wiley kept us here. I suppose he thought it would convince them to give us another chance. And he didn't want us to learn the truth and give up after all of the work we had done.
No way. My heart is breaking. I can feel tears coming to my eyes. Tom's arm encircles me and I gaze at him. He falls unusually silent. We always tried to keep each other in band. When I wanted to quit, he convinced me not to. When he tried to run away, I chased after him and forced him to stay. Band was our bond. I suppose we always stayed in it together because we were afraid of breaking that bond if one of us left. But never did I imagine that we would lose band itself. The very thing that brought us together, connected us.
Shh. It's okay. We still have each other.
Tom wipes my cheek with his thumb, and it's then that I realize I'm crying. No.
Huh?
No. There's no way I'm going to let this stand. I won't lose marching band. It's how I learned to come out of my shell. It's where I met my precious friends. It's not just an extracurricular activity. It's become my family. And I'm not going to lose it. Just like the day I ran after Tom when he tried to quit. I'm going to go after band and not stop until I bring it back. Let's go. We need to get back to the band. I forge ahead, holding Tom's hand tightly in my free hand. He blinks, confused at my random mood switch. Then a grin slowly unfurls his lips.
You're planning something, aren't you?
I meet his gaze. There are still tears in my eyes, but I smile through them. Do you remember what happened in middle school? Even when I wanted you to leave me alone, you didn't give up on me. You made me stick with band and it changed my life. I owe you so much for that.
You did the same for me, you know. You didn't give up on me either.
Just like back then. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on band.
Neither am I.
He squeezes my hand. I wonder what Mr. Knowles would say about all of this.
I bet he'd say how proud he is of all of us. Then he'd turn around and sock Mr. Wiley right in the stomach.
The thought makes me feel a little bit lighter. Like maybe Mr. Knowles is watching over us, rooting for us to save the band. What happened to Mr. Knowles? Did he die? I can't remember. I lift my chin and raise my voice. Come on, everyone. We've got to find the others. Tom, don't make that noise just randomly. Tom lifts his trombone to his lips and blows hard without warning. I jump at the loud sound. It echoes off the distant hills.
With the call of Tom Bayonet, we'll find them in no time.
Right. Let's hurry. They need to know the truth, and they need to know what I'm planning. We're going to save the marching band.